So when you put up a before and after photo of yourself, of course, everyone is like, what did you do to go from fat? I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I used to call it doughy, but I wasn't healthy, to fit. And in response to those questions, I wanted to come on with just a very simple, cohesive answer, which was two major habits. Did I eventually get more sleep? Yes, but like over time. I mean, like, guys, a year ago, I was still going to bed at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, like, I can't point to one specific thing. But when I really went through and thought very carefully about the questions that people were asking me, like, what really was it that you changed? I boiled it down to these two things and figured no better time than now to come on and share that with you. So, if you haven't already seen that before and after picture, you can head on over to my Instagram. You could head soon into any local Pure Physique and you'll be able to see that on the wall along with our amazing other transformations and clients, right? I felt weird about putting myself up there. People were like, people need to know like what you used to look like. Cause people look at you and they think something specific about you. Like, oh, she's lucky. She must've always been fit. I'm like, no, I'm not lucky at all. I just worked really hard. So number one habit that was a major shift for me, it was addressing my sugar. Now, I was the queen of sugar. I was a queen sugar craver. I say slightly embarrassed to say this, but like totally proud to say it. I used to keep icing in my closet, but like not just a container of icing, like a spoon with the icing so I could easily open up my closet door. Like I was literally a closet eater. And I would like funfetti. It was funfetti. Pretty sure I don't know if that's Betty Crocker or Duncan Hines. You tell me, what is that? Whichever one it was. It was the funfetti one. And I would literally like at night be like, icing. Like what happens when you eat a spoonful of icing? You want more icing. And then I find myself down in the kitchen having mint chocolate chip with ice cream with hard shell topping. And then I was like, ooh, Keebler animal crackers. I mean, like I was a junk food junkie. If you really if I really think about it. And also like, what is those sour cream and onion potato chips? Yeah, I did it all. Okay. So I don't look at anybody and I'm like, oh, I'm judging you. We went out to eat with friends recently and they're like, are you going to watch what I'm eating? And I'm like, no, I don't really care what you're eating. If you'd like advice on what to eat, I got you, but I'm not going to judge you because that would have been really crappy if people judged me when I eat, icing out of my closet. There you go. If you're judging right now, don't judge. Sugar was huge. The biggest things that I noticed were three things. My energy instantly increased, like instantly. I stopped falling asleep. So if you fall asleep during movies, you can't keep your eyes open. Maybe we can look at your diet and do something about that. And the third thing I noticed is my bloating went away. I would be teaching and be like 3:30 in the afternoon. I would go use the restroom and literally could not rebutton my dress pants. Like I would literally like rubber band or hair tie them. I'd be like, oh my gosh, like, is this what it feels like to be pregnant? Because I didn't have kids at that point, and I was like so bloated out. So addressing my sugar was huge. Now, if you participated in our no nonsense challenge back in November with Pure Physique, we addressed sugar and people were like, oh my gosh, there's so much sugar everywhere. There's so much sneaky sugar. And I'm like, yes, welcome to America. Like they want you addicted to food, whoever that is, right? We don't know. But we buy more, we eat more, we need more healthcare because we're sick more because we eat more sugar, right? There's a lot more money to be made on sick people than healthy people. Just saying. All right, habit number 2, addressing my protein. This is a really big thing. Okay, just envision this right now, and I really want to know your answer. So answer before I give you my answer. But if I'm looking, let's say, at just like my Thanksgiving or Christmas plate, and there's like a buttery, flaky biscuit roll, Italian bread, like pick your choice. Okay, you got that big piece of bread, it's all buttery and nice and melted. Then there's like some vegetables, like they're good, like garlic and olive oil, and then maybe you have some rice, and then you have chicken. What is the first thing that you're going to take a bite of? I mean, I'm just curious. Let me give you another one. You get your burger, you went out to eat, you got this nice big fat juicy burger, and next to it are French fries. I don't care if they're sweet potato, regular, like it's just French fries. What do you eat first? I'm going to tell you what I ate first. I want to know what you ate first. I would eat the roll. Like I'm like, I got to have like that amazing roll. And then I would have to have another roll before I even touched anything else on my plate. With the burger, I'm eating the French fries. Like that is the first thing that I eat is the French fry, right? We eat carbs first. Those are all carbs, by the way. It's the first thing that we're drawn towards, the first thing that we eat. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to have a piece of chicken. Now I may think a little bit differently about it because I know what eating those carbs is going to do to me. It's going to make me just want to eat more of them instead of actually eating the other stuff on my plate that's going to give me nutrients in my body. But when I address the fact that I was not gravitating towards protein, I would far more be apt to have like a sandwich, even with like nothing else on it, or just bread or just pretzels, carbs. I'm not going to go and be like, oh, I think I'll have a hard-boiled egg today. I didn't do that, right? That's protein. So addressing the fact that I needed more protein in my diet, we have a challenge right now that's going. It's called the Unstuff Your Stockings Challenge, right? Got to like unstuff all the bloat and stuffing that's in there right now. And it helps people to hit a specific protein goal. That's totally different based on their age and their gender. Okay. And so with that, once I started eating more protein, I had less cravings. I was less hungry. I was more satisfied. And again, bloating was always a really big issue. So maybe that's not your issue and that's fine, but that dramatically changed also. So I'm telling you all this because actually in January, we did like this stacking thing, right? Like we have it stacked a bit. We're actually going to put the sugar thing and the protein thing together. The two major habits that totally helped me to transform the way that I look and feel. And it's been a journey, right? It's not going to happen overnight and you're not going to be perfect because nobody is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. He's not perfect. She's not perfect. It just doesn't exist. It's a journey and a process. And you really have to enjoy the process that we walk through. My green screen is acting up today, guys. Should I undo the green screen? I'll show you what you're really looking at in the background here. Maybe we will. There we go. I'll hold it. So that said, those were two major things. And then of course, I drink more water. I mean, but I've always been a water drinker. I'm a water monster. And a lot of you guys say that like, oh, I drink tons of water. Cool. I sleep well. Cool. Get your workouts in. Resistance training, superior in terms of impact to any other form of exercise. So if you still want to cycle or you still want to run or you still want to do bar or ballet, do it. That's totally cool. But doing resistance training, weight training is superior in terms of the impact on your body. And that to me, I finally saw changes in my body. I finally started to see my muscles and that felt really good. But the two major changes that I made that majorly shifted the way that I looked, I mean, literally, I lost 24 pounds in 4 months just by changing my diet. Okay. And I literally had to kind of like dip down and everybody at work was kind of like, are you okay? Like I lost weight pretty quick. And I was like, yeah, like I'm good. I actually feel really good, even though I kind of look really skinny, And then I gained a little bit of weight and then I did a competition and then up and then down. And, through that process, there's this thing called muscle maturity. It also happens as you age, right? So 12 years in now of doing resistance training and eating in this way, I had pizza last week, like 3-4 nights, actually. I had a slice of pizza. I'm not perfect, but I know the difference in how eating makes me feel, how it eventually makes me look. And those two things alone make the most significant change. So if you need some help there, join our January challenge. It's going to be great. We don't have a name for it yet. We're still at the drawing board with that. So we'll let you know what it is, but I can tell you what it's going to do. We're going to specifically focus on body composition. So we're going to focus on the way that your body operates, functions, feels, looks in relation to how much muscle you're carrying, how much fat you're carrying. And no, your fat does not turn into muscle. Okay, let that one sink in. And no, muscle and fat don't weigh different amounts. They weigh the same. A pound of muscle and a pound of fat are both a pound. So we're really going to focus on body composition. We want to build more muscle. We want to lose some fat. And we're going to focus on the sugar and the protein as being huge drivers in your diet so that you feel better, leaner, less bloated, less inflamed, more energized, and all the good things that you want to feel and none of the bad. So let us know if you want in. Just drop January in the comments. We'll see it. We'll get you in. And with that, if you haven't checked out my transformation, go check it out. Would love for you to see it. I remember being that old person, but like looking back, I'm like, yeah, it does look totally different. Like people are still like, that's not you. I'm like, no, it is. I also had a really bad hairdresser. I got my hair done at the mall. Don't do that. So there's tip number 3. Don't get your hair done by somebody that you've never met before at a shady mall. All right. Life Facts with Corey Beth. Have an outstanding day, you guys. And we will catch you back here tomorrow. Have a great one.